Hey, I'm Dan Olsworth. This is Brandon Rich. Welcome to Whiskey Cinema.
Woo! Got a great show today. Well, you know, it's about as great as they get with us.
Which is fantastic.
Today we're talking about beloved, handsome man.
So handsome.
A great actor, Leonardo DiCaprio.
The Leo DiCaprio.
Yes, the Leo DiCaprio.
What I call him is Leo when I see him. We hang out sometimes. And when we walk our cats, I call him L. Hey, L! How's your cat?
You walk your cats?
Yeah. He has a cat named Mustafa. Mine's named Coffee Bean, and we just go walking cats.
I like Coffee Bean. I like Mufasa. I feel like he could have come up with something original.
Surprisingly, he's not that creative.
I don't know about that.
We're going to be talking about Leonardo DiCaprio. We have some other stuff that's happened lately in the news, which is like surprising that we want to bring up. But I'm going to kick it off right now, with Leo DiCaprio. I want to hear one of your favorite movies of Leo DiCaprio.
Oh, one of my favorite. It's easy. The Departed.
Damn, you're just jumping right off of Departed.
Just jumping right off of The Departed. I love it. I mean, it's almost a tie with me. It might be.
Okay, so I'm going to run through a quick list of some movies of DiCaprio. And let me know if I forget some.
Okay.
I want to go, just some of those great ones. How about, we'll start with Django.
Ooh, love it.
Django Unchained.
Love it.
He plays a great bad guy.
Yeah, he does.
Fantastic. We got Wolf on Wall Street.
All right.
Inception. These are some of the ones he's been doing recently.
Yeah, I really like Inception. Really like it.
That was Christopher Nolan, Batman guy, who kind of I heard when they made Inception, they brought in Leo, and they're like, who works well around Leo? That's how we're going to make that movie.
Exactly. Yeah, I heard the same thing. I thought that was pretty cool. Not surprising with Leo, though.
No, but that'd be funny if they're like, all right, I want to bring back Pauly Shore. Now, who would work?
No one. No one works good with Pauly Shore because he doesn't work good.
It doesn't work.
That is true. Good. I'm glad Hollywood got over that fast.
So, Departed. Why do you like Departed so much? Down in Boston,
like
the cat
great acting. I love the lines in it.
Yeah.
I think it's Mark Wahlberg's best movie, too.
Ooh, Marky Mark?
Marky Mark.
Say your mother for me, okay?
He's great.
That's not a bad saying for Marky Mark. I mean, dude, Ben Affleck, or not Ben Affleck, Matt Damon,
Jack Nicholson.
Anthony Anderson. Oh, I'm so sorry. The Academy would like to thank Anthony Anderson. Scorsese. It's a Scorsese film. Scorsese kills it. All of his movies are fantastic. I mean, Departed is definitely... That's one of those movies that you have to show somebody that hasn't seen it.
I showed my wife that and Django. So when we first started dating...
Django!
She walked away really liking Django. We've watched Django, I think, 2 more times together.
Yeah.
She was a big fan of The Departed. I almost left her then.
It's hard, man. When you show someone a movie that you really love, and then, did you ever show someone a movie you really love, and then they, start talking to you, hey, have you noticed the guy next door? And you're like,
shut up, this is a classic movie.
You're like, dude, I was showing someone Boondock Saints, and she started talking to me, and I was like, we're not talking.
We're talking during Boondock
We're not talking.
Saints.
This is... let's go here.
Oh, that's good.
She mysteriously disappeared.
Good.
Departed, I really love. There's still some lines in Departed that I still use. I made a joke with my boss the other day. A guy walked in, he's like, I want some of the drinks. I don't care what. And I was like, should I give him cranberry juice?
What, are you on your period or something?
Oh, come on, man.
I think of that line every time someone has cranberry juice.
I know. And
every time.
He's at the bar. He orders cranberry juice from a bartender. A guy hears him, just like another bar, a bar patron. And he just immediately makes fun of him. Drinking cranberry juice when you're pierced. He just flips out and attacks him.
Guy breaks up the fight. He's like, give him another. What are you having? What are you having? A cranberry juice. What is he, a fucking period or something? Get him a cranberry juice.
He looks at him like, am I have to fight you too? And then that's Ray, not Ray Winston. I can't remember the name of that British actor. He's got that great voice. He's Beowulf.
Yeah. I can't remember his name.
But he's great in it too because he's like, listen, I decide what kind of guys you can hit, what kind of guys you can't hit. This guy isn't a guy that you can't hit, so we have to make a judgment call. You can't hit him. It's like, all right, jeez.
I like him. I like that whole movie. Jack Nicholson's good in it.
He's very good in it. Creepy, scary guy.
Yeah.
You never know if he's going to kill him right off the bat or give him $100,000. You don't know.
Matt Damon, I really like. He's smooth in that movie when he's talking to the therapist chick, Vera Farmiga, or what, I don't know how to pronounce her name, I'm not going to lie.
You could just say Farmiga. Everyone will be like, oh, I said it wrong, I guess.
Yeah, Farmiga.
I'll have a vagina, please.
Which I really like her in that movie, too. Not a character I don't like in that movie.
No,
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin did a great job when he's like when they're in the house and they put all the cameras all over the place. He's like when they going out? It's like they're going in the back. It's like, okay, switch that camera. I didn't put one in the back. Can I talk to you for a second? He's just like strong. So what are you thinking? And they have to pull him off of him.
Yeah.
I was like, God, this is such a great movie.
You got Mark Wahlberg's brother,
Donnie.
Yeah.
Who's
Few
he play?
minutes. He's the guy who's a Hattie Mother for me.
No, I know the character, but Donnie Wahlberg.
He's in there for 5 seconds.
What's he do?
Comes in and Mark Wahlberg yells at him.
That's great. Can you imagine, like, you're like, dude, all I want, like, my brother would love a role in here. He'd be like, well, whatever role you want. Let me scream at his face.
He says, I'm like, how's your mother? Tired from fucking my father, something like that.
Oh, that's right, time for my father.
Yeah, something like that.
That's
his
great.
line. And
That's great.
it was like, that's his brother. He invited him in. He's like, hey, look I'm more successful than you.
So you're saying Leo DiCaprio is a great part in that movie. I actually think Mark Wahlberg.
Dude, it's Mark
I think it's a bigger stretch for Mark Wahlberg. Which, by the way, it's so funny. Like, they were both on Basketball Diaries. Did you ever see that movie?
They hated each other.
They hated each other in real life.
Because they're really good friends now.
Yeah, so I don't know what Leo's version of it is. I've seen Mark Wahlberg. Leo, if you guys haven't seen Basketball Diaries, it's an older movie. It's pretty good, though. I would recommend seeing that as well. But they first met each other, and I think it was just kind of like two alphas. You know what I mean? Like, they both were kind of like popped up against each other.
Yeah, one's a rap star, the other is a child star.
The other one is making billions of dollars on a ship that's sinking.
God. Well, was that quite then? No, that was before.
That might have been before. I think you're
I think
right.
it was before.
But they puffed up, and when Mark Wahlberg said when they started getting like heated into it, is they had a big scene where they're kind of like mad at each other in the scene. And after he's like, "And cut," he looked at him. He's like, "Oh, all right, he's pretty fucking good. I'll let it go."
Yeah, I heard they feuded. Now they're friends.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of a nice. Like you're like, I fucking hate this guy. I hate you too. He seems cool then.
That's what bonds everybody's hate, though.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this podcast. We hated the same person.
We hated the same person. That's what love is when you're like, God, look at this guy. I hate him. I hate him too.
Still hate him to this day.
Yeah, he's terrible. Oh, let's talk about our beer a little bit. Should we do it now or you want to do it later?
Let's do it now.
All right, this is a beer from a friend of ours named Corey Gibson.
Yes.
What do you call it?
Brody's
Brews?
Brody's Brews.
We'll call it Brody's Brews. And
Brody's Brews.
He made it himself for us for our podcast, so thanks, buddy.
It's pretty dang good.
Well, if you saw our last podcast, it was a pumpkin beer.
Oh, shit.
And it was very garbagey. It was so good.
I mean, when you're listening to this, you can't see, but I spilled. I did a party foul on my own goddamn show.
I'm glad you borrowed my pants for this.
Your pants don't fit me.
Just in the crotch area.
Thank you.
The Departed, I really liked. Like, that was one of those movies where there was not... Some movies, I will say of his, that I really liked, but I think there was a weakness, some people say. Gangs of New York. I really like Gangs of New York.
All right. I'm a guy who just watched that movie.
Okay?
Just today. And good movie.
Okay?
I don't put it in top 5 Leo movies.
We're going to do a top 5 then. I'm going to see what you put in there.
All right.
You got it ready? You feeling it?
I think I got it ready.
Okay.
We'll see, though. We'll see. We'll do a top 5 at the end of this episode.
Something I heard about from somebody. Cameron Diaz was hated in that movie.
He heard that from me.
I didn't say I didn't. I just said,
Critics did not like her in that movie.
yeah, that was one of those. I mean, one of the 45 times that Leo should have won an Oscar, and they're like, "What did that go to?" And they're like, "Oh, that went to Biodome 2."
Biodome 2. I think it went to Crash that year.
Was it Crash? For that
I'm
one?
not entirely sure.
Yeah, like the ones. That's the other thing. Like if you lose, if you lose a race to Usain Bolt, you're like, fuck it, dude, it's Usain Bolt.
Right.
Do I feel like I lost? I feel like I won a race among men and a god showed up.
Oh my god, I just ran next to him. Oh my god.
I almost saw his legs. He was so fast.
Almost. I saw his dust. It was so great.
But if you lose to somebody that everyone agrees you should have beaten,
Yeah.
that sucks. And that happened to him, I think, like 5 times in some of these movies.
I know he was nominated for 5 or 6 roles. He was nominated his first role. What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yes, and he won. He won. Well, not for Best Actor, but he won, I think it was a Golden Globe for, like, Best Supporting Actor or something.
Yeah, no one cares about Golden Globes.
Just not a fan of Golden Globes. Sorry, by the way.
The advertised movie was like, Oscar award winning.
That's true.
And then they get to that one guy who's like, People's Choice Award winner for Best Kiss.
Yeah.
Tobey
Maguire's Best
He
Kiss.
hasn't won an award ever, has he?
That's true. Or I like it when they have a big, like, font on a movie, and they're like, greatest action movie ever made. It's like, Jeremy in Ottawa. And you're like, I don't know Jeremy. I'm glad he liked the movie.
Yeah.
But I would have said that if it would have got
ratings.
Yeah, I would have got my name up on the trailer for Predator. I would have done it too.
Delaware Times said this is pretty good.
They said it's tolerable.
Obviously, they were talking about Slender Man. That movie was garbage.
I know, God, you still hate Slender
I
Man so much.
hate
Is that
that
the worst movie of the year so far for you?
It's the worst movie of my life.
No.
So far.
Really?
I love scary movies. Cheesy scary movie.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to do a Halloween episode. And
Yep.
I'm excited. But Jesus Christ. That
Very bad.
movie made me laugh. Because you can tell it is so fake. So fake. Like, I want people to watch it. Just so they have something to laugh at.
I hope we get sponsored by Slender Man. They're
I
like,
will quit the show. That'll easily be the worst sponsor we ever had.
Oh, come
I don't
on!
care what sponsor you bring in.
I have a good sponsor this week.
Slender
You're
Man's
gonna
coming
really
out
like
on Blu-ray. Yeah, and probably no one's going to buy it.
it. Okay, well, I don't know, maybe.
Use it as a coaster if you bought it.
How's it as a doorstop? Pretty bad, actually. Not
It
even as a
doesn't work for
doorstop.
anything. It doesn't work as a movie, a doorstop. I tried to stomp on it. It hurt my foot a little.
They like made it pointy to stomp proof. We know people are gonna stomp this. We gotta give it a defense.
Like, it's an overrated movie, and Flickster rated it 9%.
You're like, where are these 9 people?
Right.
Crazy
I want
bastards.
it in the negatives.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen it, but I mean, I don't... If something's that bad, I usually do see it, but I'm not gonna go to a theater.
Yeah, don't do it. I was excited for that movie. I was ready for the movie.
You know what's funny is I actually will go, like, if I see a movie that's doing really well, or one that I want to see with some actors in it, I'll go see it.
I went and saw Rich Crazy Asians because it was doing really well.
Yeah.
Not as great as everybody thinks it is, apparently. But
Well,
it's a
here,
decent movie.
watch this. This is the tie-in to Leo DiCaprio movies. So, Rich Crazy Asians dominated the box office for like a month, right?
Yeah.
So, Titanic, Leo DiCaprio's movie,
All right.
was one of the first movies to make $1 billion with a B money.
Yes.
And that's because all movie studios, when they get a good movie, they release it in the summer, right? And then you have like all the best movies competing in the summer. So Titanic was like, yeah, I don't really want to face the best guys at the Olympics. I'll just go down and race the people at the high school. And they released it in the wintertime.
Same thing to do with Avatar.
Same thing to do with Avatar, another $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
So it
And another
killed
James
for
Cameron
3
movie.
months. Not saying that Titanic isn't a good movie, but $1 billion movie, I think it
I
kind of
don't
slipped
give
in
it
there.
$1 billion.
Not a big fan.
It's not my most overrated Leo movie that I'm going to pick for today,
Right, right.
but it's definitely overrated.
Okay.
And first of all, he could have got on that goddamn door or whatever it was.
You think there's room?
There was definitely
You
room.
think Rose is like sleeping in a bed like when her husband leaves, like just stretching out like a starfish?
He just realized, like, listen, I don't want to get married. This is too much. I've heard jokes about my friends.
I'd
getting
rather
married.
just sink. I'd rather go
Right?
down in the water.
He realized, he's like, I wanted to have fun on a cruise. But now this is getting serious. Like, you want me to come?
She did like too slow and just sunk in the water.
Yeah, he's peace. Bye, Felicia.
That's funny. I always thought like he's like, is it my turn on the door? I
Right.
think it's my turn. She's like, maybe another 3 hours for me. Maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
You're get in the
you're
water.
married. You know what that is.
Oh god.
That's how it is.
Right. Sometimes you have to sink in the ocean so they can ride the door a little longer.
Exactly. You have to do whatever you have to make them happy.
Happy wife, happy them.
Yes.
Happy wife, sink in the ocean.
But yeah, I thought that, I mean, it's an alright movie. It's too long for me. It's a little boring. I'm also not a huge love story guy. I'll go see most movies. I love movies.
Yeah.
I go see any movie I can.
Okay.
That one's just not for me.
Name 2 romantic movies you like.
Definitely Maybe with Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Love it. Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling.
Okay. And third, Brokeback Mountain. That's a true
Brokeback
masterpiece.
Mountain.
2
Heath
guys
Ledger.
love it.
I'm not gonna, I haven't seen it. I'm not gonna dog it.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Well, I'll tell you this much: you're missing out on a masterpiece. I assume.
I just I'm sure I am. It's Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal. You're gonna love that couple.
So you're going Departed as your movie that is like, that's my Leo movie?
Either Departed or Django. I've watched
Django's
Django
so good.
about 5 times just with my wife.
If you haven't seen Django, which is actually, as I've brought this up to a couple people asking about what's going to happen this week, surprising amount of people haven't.
Yeah.
They haven't seen
that
Django.
is true. I have a buddy. We were talking about movies one day. I told him to start on this podcast. He said, "Oh, yeah, talk about Shawshank Redemption. I love that movie." I was like, "It is a really good movie." He's seen Django. He's like, "What's that about?"
Yeah.
You don't know? Oh my! I'm not taking anything you say serious now.
Well, I told you, I had a friend, he goes, "You doing that podcast this weekend?" I go, "Yeah." He's like, "You doing DiCaprio?" I go, "Yeah." He started naming some movies of his. I go, "Well, what about?" And I named some. I go, "Django." He goes, "Django? I think I've seen it." I go, "Okay." He's like, "Let me Google the poster." He put Jango. And I was like, the D is silent.
D is silent.
He's like, "What?" And I was like, "Man, you haven't seen it. You would know it immediately."
Immediately.
Yeah, Django's a great one. Leo plays a villain, which I don't know the last movie he's played as a villain. Besides that,
Titanic.
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Why would he be a villain?
He slept with a married man's wife.
Was she married?
I have no idea. I told you I didn't get that in the movie.
I was going to say, the Man in the Iron Mask, he played a bad guy because he played the evil king.
Well, he also
for a while.
played a good guy. Doesn't count.
Okay, well, shit.
I don't know. He did, and I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about Iron Man or Man in the Iron Mask and Iron Man eventually. But
Yeah, I think, man, Django for me, because I don't say that that's like, for me, I like to tell about movies that are kind of like underrated that people don't hear as much. Django to me is probably one of my favorite roles that he's done, where he plays a bad guy. He plays such a bad guy.
It's that or The Departed for me. His top 2 roles are easily, for me, the movies are an opinion thing, Departed and Django.
And if you don't feel that way, you're probably wrong, to be honest.
You absolutely are wrong. And, I mean, please still listen to the show.
If you've seen, yeah, please, Mom, don't turn this off. Django Unchained, he played a villain, and if you haven't seen it, please do. It's a great movie. Jamie Foxx,
Christoph Waltz.
and
In Quentin Tarantino movies is a perfect casting.
I mean, Samuel Jackson.
In every Quentin Tarantino.
Jonah Hill has a small cameo, which is
He
super
plays
funny.
a KKK member.
Yeah, he does. And he talks about how the holes in the mask are ridiculous, how you can't see out of them. It's perfect.
Which,
So well
Quentin
done.
Tarantino, you leave it up to Quentin Tarantino to make a KKK rally humorous.
Yeah, right? Because you know what's funny is, like, in any of those moments in, like, real life where guys, like, I was thinking about this the other day, where I was driving, I saw a shooting star, and I was like, oh, shooting star. And I thought, like, I wonder if, like, gangsters are ever excited. We're going to go take out Santino tonight. We're going to make sure it's done. He got greenlit. He should never have crossed us. We got, a shooting star right now. How cool is that? He's like, hey, man, make a wish real quick. Don't waste it. Like, okay, I will. I was going to. I was thinking about
I
that kind
hope we
of stuff.
smoke raw good today.
Like, it's like real life stuff. Like, you have a silly mask on. Anytime I see a slasher film and a guy's like a really like serious mask, I'm like, he should like breathe weird and have to adjust it once while chasing after somebody. Go
Michael
downstairs.
Myers. Well,
You know?
I mean, I don't know if Michael Myers is human or not, but
Dude, there's a bunch though.
yeah,
There's a bunch
Not
where
much
everybody
that he
sees
fixes. He puts his mask on in the Rob Zombies version, but
Yeah.
that's as close as you get to him adjusting. He just slips it on, it fits perfectly.
Right, it's like a new face.
Cinderella's shoe.
Oh, what a beautiful sentiment. Cinderella's shoe is on the murderer's face. I love Django. I was trying to think of something from Django. Christoph Waltz is, he won Best Supporting Actor in that.
He did, and I think he won it for Inglourious Basterds too.
Mm-hmm.
So it just shows him and Quentin Tarantino. Perfect.
You know, it's funny, in Inglourious Basterds, DiCaprio was initially offered the role to be, I don't know the name of the guy's, Hans or whatever his name is, the evil.
He was.
And he turned it down because he's like, I don't want to do a role that is so hateful. You know, he's like, I think this is a role that even if I do it well, I don't know if I can come back from. Missed out on an Oscar that was won by Christoph Waltz.
He was the Jew hunter who won an Oscar. So he missed out. I mean, that's his fault.
Don't you agree that the squirrel and a rat are the same species of creature?
Dude, he was so good in that movie.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's my favorite part of that movie. I thought the movie was good, but he's my favorite.
He played Django played a great villain. Jamie Foxx played it. Jamie Foxx played Django. offered to Will Smith. Will Smith turned it down. And to be fair, they say the N-word in that movie over 100 times.
I think they say it over 200 times.
200 times?
I think so.
Well, see, this is like, did you check out your Superman's glasses things from the last week?
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't.
See, fact checker. He needs to be fact checked.
I do.
Everyone write your letters to liar.gmail@.org.
But it's pretty easy to find me. I'm Brandon Rich.
Whiskey Cinema, what do you mean?
Yeah, you can find me on Whiskey Cinema everywhere.
200 times, it's a lot. I remember at one point in filming DiCaprio, I say remember, I'll say at the table.
You are best friends with him. You guys walk your cats together.
Me and Elle hanging out with the Coffee Bean. He said he had a hard time saying it, right? Saying the N-word, it was bothering him a lot. And Samuel L. Jackson, in classic Samuel L. Jackson fashion, just took him aside and said, "Motherfucker, get this shit done right now." And he's like, "All right." And he went on there. He put a great performance, killed it.
Really good. He dedicated himself to that role. When he's talking, I don't remember her name, but Jamie Foxx's wife in the movie,
Broomhilda.
No, I mean in real life.
Oh, I don't
I
know.
know
She's good. I actually like her a lot. She was the same wife from Ray with him too.
Yeah, he has a skull in his hand and he breaks it, and it cuts his hand. You know, a real life.
Oh yeah.
And he walks it. He doesn't stop. He doesn't wince in pain. He rubs his real blood all over her face. I'm sure she's grossed out, and he continues to act. Like he's just like, rah, and rubs it all over. There's like,
God.
and she's just like, he's really doing this to me.
Keep it. She's like,
he wants that Oscar bad. I'll get it.
Deny it.
He did not get it.
Smashes his skull, cuts his hand open. Because I remember that. They keep it in the movie.
Yeah.
It's in the movie.
It's in the movie.
And that just kind of shows, like, that's why we picked DiCaprio.
Yeah,
like,
he's a really good actor. In fact, back to
he's one of the
Titanic.
best.
I mean, one of the biggest line from that movie is what?
The King of the World.
Exactly. He ad-libbed that.
Did he really?
It did. It was ranked the 4th best line of any movie.
Wow.
Yeah, he ad-libbed that. There's a reason we're talking about him on our second podcast.
I'd say there's always, like, a drunk guy that you're like, come on, man, we're going home. And you pick him up. He's like, okay. And he leans over. You're like, hey, man, let's get to the car.
So whenever you're on something high, you just lean over.
That's right.
I'm the king of the world.
He made it up.
No one will ever think of anything else to say because he already thought of the best thing to say.
Well, I mean,
Or at
he
least the fourth
ad-libbed
best.
too. I
Yeah.
would say good for him, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like Django a lot. Django's a great one. Christoph Waltz, who I'm a big fan of. I mean, he's one of those guys that it's hard to find a bad movie he's in. He just picks good roles and he brings life to good roles.
I haven't seen all his movies. He was decent in The Green Hornet, which people didn't love that movie.
No, it didn't do well.
I own that movie. Well, I mean, I own a lot of movies.
You're like Blockbuster. You own a lot of movies.
Oh, I'm out of business?
I'm
I'm extinct.
in the new Captain Marvel
I
trailer.
was gonna say, Captain Marvel crashes into me. Yes! I've made it. No, yeah, I thought it was a pretty good movie.
Mhm.
And I do like him in that movie, but I mean, really, his best roles would be Quentin Tarantino. I think.
He's got great ones. You're gonna go Tarantino. I'm gonna go Spielberg. So from the one I really like is Catch Me If You Can, where he plays Frank Abagnale,
That is a really good movie.
not Abagnale, Abagnale, where he plays the real life con artist Frank Abagnale.
Yeah.
I mean, that's and the reason why that's like one of my favorites is if I see Django Unchained, I usually have to watch it, right?
That's fair. That is a really good movie.
If there's a couple on there, like Departed, I usually watch it. If I see Catch Me If You Can, I watch the whole thing, even if there's commercials. I love that movie. Tom Hanks plays the kind of like fumbling cop so well. Like Jennifer Garner even has a bit part in it as like the girl of his dreams prostitute. Like
that's
that
right.
split second.
And you're not a big fan of Jennifer Garner. We learned in the last episode.
I'm not. I mean, and I feel bad like trashing her, but
She does
like,
her duck face.
no, it's a deer. She goes.
Oh, a deer in the headlights?
When she's like in the new Peppermint trailer when she looks like an exorcist. Like,
You know, I saw that
I feel
movie.
so scared.
I saw that movie. It's a pretty decent movie.
Is it good? Okay, well,
It's a poor man's version of John Wick.
well,
Let's just say that.
I got a little bit more money than I guess because
I mean, if you're doing a poor man's version of John Wick, it's still a good movie.
that's true. John Wick's amazing. That's a great movie. But Catch Me If You Can, I really like. Real life story of Frank Abagnale. I didn't know the story beforehand, but I followed a lot of stuff. I love like con artists and those kinds of guys that go up, and so That movie is so good, and it's so close, and they actually had to dumb down some of the cons that guy did in real life because they were unbelievable. And he's like, no, this wouldn't work. This is one that he did, which is so funny. He's like, well, what is one way that you would make money with conning people? And he said, well, I would go to an ATM machine, like a drop box, where people drop off their money at the end of the week, and I would put like an out-of-order sign, and I would rent like a security uniform and have a lockbox with me. And the sign would say, out of order, the drop box, arrow pointing towards me, saying, give money to the security guard. And like the director was like, get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? He was like, that would never work. And he's just like,
absolutely.
I'm telling you it did.
Yeah.
He's like, why would I lie? So he thought that was so, he's like, oh, we'll try to film it anyways. If we don't use it, we don't use it. So they had that scene, they did it, with cameras and lighting and crew and catering. They shot that scene on a street corner, and a person from a real business came to drop their money off past the cameras, past the boom mics, and tried to give her money from a real business to Leonardo DiCaprio in a goddamn security outfit.
Here's $1,000. Do what you want.
Here's enough to ruin my life forever.
To be fair, she probably saw Leo. She's like, I don't care. I'm gonna be on a movie.
She just walked in. It was so funny though. Like, I love the fact that when something seems so crazy and that kind of stuff, it's weird how like truth is stranger than fiction. I can't believe that someone would just hand me their life savings. Like, they did it all the time.
Yeah, I believe it.
But I love that movie. That's a great movie to me.
It is a really good movie.
It's well maintained. It's well paced. It's based off a true story, which makes me kind of like it more. And Christopher Walken's in it. There's a lot of...
He is in it. I really like him in it.
Oh, this necklace slipped off your neck, and he uses that on, like, every stewardess and everything on it. It's a great movie. Catch Me If You Can.
He would have won me with that. I was like, oh, God.
Nice eyes.
These old things!
They came with the head. Should say something stupid to him.
I would, too.
Well, that was Christopher Walken.
I've met 0 celebrities in my life.
I'll introduce you to Elle. Maybe he'll show you around.
Thank you.
I'll
go get a cat. I'll go get a cat. I'll name it some stupid name. Java Hut.
It won't work. Starburst.
It'll be a fat cut.
What's his name? Kyle? Get him out of here. Kyle's a stupid name. I'm sorry. I warned him. I'm so sorry.
I warned him.
Starburst.
Throw me in there. Ooh, Starburst. I like this. I did like Catch Me If You Can. I really did. A movie people don't talk about a lot either is Shutter Island.
Yeah.
I liked it. Good movie. I mean, it's not like the best Leo movie, but it is a good suspenseful twist at the end movie.
Sure.
And I really like Mark Ruffalo.
You really like it? It's really good?
Not really good, but it's a good movie.
I did not like Shutter Island at all. That's my overrated movie.
That's your overrated movie?
That's my overrated movie.
Not Titanic?
Well, I know, and to be fair, I was thinking about doing Titanic. And
I think we both were.
Well, right, and James Cameron blew it up, and maybe we might have been too young or whatever it is, but I couldn't get into Titanic. And also, it is historically what happens to that goddamn ship.
Yeah.
It's weird to me that you can watch that and be like, I can't believe this is happening. Really?
Well,
no
I think what
clue.
they're saying is, I can't believe this is happening. Plenty of room on that goddamn door.
Leo, live! Let her die!
Right? I mean, at that moment, I think everybody's just revolted against Kate Winslet.
I don't know. I thought it was like, and then she has the little like amulet thing.
Yeah.
And then she's like, she throws it in the
She's like, here you go, you dead bastard.
Yeah, and the people are like, well, that's worth $1 billion. We're probably going to get that thing immediately.
I would. I'd be like, oh my God.
I'd be like, come here, Ethel, you're going to go first. You throwing valuables in the water? She's gone senile.
Honestly, I mean, I am surprised you don't like that movie.
I don't.
We like a lot of the same movies.
I'm not a fan. No. Shut her up.
If you don't like it, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised you personally don't like it.
Not a fan.
I hate you just a little more.
A little more than you did before?
A little more than I did before.
Let me make my case. Let me make my case about Shutter Island.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, it's invalid. So anyway.
Oh, no!
I'm just kidding.
So, I figured out the whole movie just from the trailer, and not to say that I'm a genius at figuring out trailers. Every movie that I've seen about someone in a mental asylum, they're either actually crazy in it.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah, for future movies as well.
I was going to say, like, You're gonna get this on this show. We're gonna talk about movies.
Oh,
It's what it is.
Oh no, yeah. Sorry. If you see any mental asylum movie, and prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. Any mental asylum, insane asylum movie, you go in there, and the main guy is either not insane, and he goes in there, and he's interested in other things. What do you mean he's insane? Or a guy's like, oh, I'm the security here. We keep those guys locked up. Don't talk to them. Are they really the security, and you're the crazy person? Every movie. I saw the trailer, and he's like, we don't allow any guns on Shutter Island. You don't allow any guns on Shutter Island? I was like, so you're taking the crazy guy's gun away, huh? Good start. I was like,
That's fair. And I think I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I enjoyed it.
I think Ben Kingsley in
you.
that?
Yep.
Ben Kingsley, Mark Ruffalo. Ben Kingsley plays in another insane asylum movie. It was that same goddamn plot where he's actually the crazy person pretending to be the
That's
guy
why
running
you're
it.
probably like, he's probably just doing the same thing. Cash grab.
I wouldn't blame him. I mean, I might do the same thing.
I would do a million hangovers.
How many Fast and the
just for
Furious
money.
can I be in? Vin Diesel, let it go.
Somehow they get better and better at ratings. And make more and more money.
I was about to say, we might have to start
like, do I need to jump on this bandwagon eventually? I somewhat enjoyed the
what
first
happens
one.
in the next one? A new villain does something ridiculous with gadgets.
And they do everything in cars. I'm gonna kill you. I gotta run to my Mustang first.
2025. And then also,
they use old cars.
last movie's villain will now be on the team to fight a villain that's somehow even worse.
No, now they go, all right, he was a good guy in this team, or this movie. Let's make him a bitch.
It's like they switch teams, like in dodgeball. You're like, nah, you got Emily last time. I'm getting Trevor.
It's just like you're exchanging Pokemon cards. I'm getting. Oh, well, then I get Vin Diesel.
All right, you get Bulbasaur. I get Michelle Rodriguez.
Right? You get The Rock. I'll take your musclehead.
I know.
Well, God gets Paul Walker.
Write your letters to Brandon. That's funny.
Whiskey Cinema. Not me personally.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some movies like that, like Shutter Island, and then I suspended my disbelief, right? Like, don't be a dick. Don't think you know it and not even check your facts. I went and saw it, and I'm watching it, and he's like, oh, it's like she disappeared into thin air. And I was like, okay. Kept going along with it. Hey, this guy hurt me. And I can't remember the name of the character. And he's like, Jack Tierney hurt me. Jack Tierney hurt me. I can't talk because Jack Tierney will hurt me. He's like, who's Jack Tierney? He's like, I can't talk about him because he'll hurt me. I'm like, oh my God, dude. You kidding me? And it was the same guy who played Rorschach and Freddy Krueger.
I love him as Rorschach.
He's fantastic. He's a good actor. I actually like him. He was in Preacher. He played a villain named Odin that was very good.
I haven't seen that episode.
It's good.
I've only done with the first season.
He's
Hulu, get on it.
He's the one that runs the meat plant. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He is good on that. That's my bad.
He's very good, and everyone has pretty good performances, but at the same time, for me, it's like Titanic. If I know what is going on, it's hard for me to get stoked. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, it's like you figured out the puzzle, and they're like, you're not wrong. It keeps going that direction. I was just like, don't do the easy way out. Do something neat. Try. Like,
Absolutely.
let's just make $10 million more than we made, and then we'll be fine. I'm like, all right, I understand the business, but... So I didn't like Shutter Island. Shutter Island for me is the one. Mark Ruffalo is not amazing in it. He plays his doctor. That's
I don't know if Mark
Slash.
Ruffalo's amazing in anything. He's a good actor. I like him, but amazing?
You might be right. He might be just kind of...
There's a reason they make him into a giant green guy.
Who doesn't talk much?
He's not amazing.
Yeah, it might be kind of the guy you want. Do you want Bruce Banner to be played by DiCaprio? Me? I think that'd be a great role.
DiCaprio could play all the Avengers perfectly.
Just like, do like the Nutty Professor where he's like, I'm Black Widow. Here comes my attacks.
That's true.
Hey, to be honest, he would be a good Iron Man.
And to see him in leather?
That'd be pretty good.
I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite movie ever. Robin Williams.
DiCaprio?
Episode. Yeah, DiCaprio. It's not my favorite, but
It's good.
I thought it was a pretty decent movie. It was better than I thought. I thought it was gonna be, but I think that's just it. I thought it was gonna be dog shit.
Yeah.
I wasn't that interested in it.
It sucks. I don't know. I just, maybe with the cast and everything else, and me kind of like seeing the trailer, I'm just like, it's like when you hope, it's like a blind date. You're like, God, I hope this isn't shitty. And then you get there and it's shitty, and you're like, this is exactly what I thought. That'd be shitty. Why did I do this? I wasted a Friday night on this.
I mean, there's so many movies I'll watch and I'll think, all right, this isn't going to be that good.
Yeah.
Slenderman's not one of them.
Can we talk a little bit about Wolf on Wall Street?
All right, let's do it.
Wolf on Wall Street. How'd you like it? What'd you feel?
It is my overrated movie.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh man!
So I had a rough time. I think Titanic is overrated.
Dude, I need the button I hit to be like, what? Because that's crazy.
I think Titanic is overrated, but I think we both do. And if
yes,
I mean, it made $1 billion. So
we're also not 13-year-old girls.
I was gonna say we're not women, so we don't like a love story. We just talk about how we love John.
Yeah, a love story where they meet in 2 days, and then he bangs her in the back of a fucking Model T where they're putting handprints on the wall.
That's right. And so I think we both kind of avoided putting that one on there. We wanted to...
Too easy, right?
Yeah, we wanted to make it a little harder.
Yeah.
While I liked the movie, enjoyable.
Sure.
To a point.
Okay.
Way too long for me.
It is long. It is long.
And I just didn't think it was that great. I thought it was a little boring.
Man. Oh, man. So that's so perfect that you don't like it. Because, like, that was almost my underrated movie. I was mad that... So that movie and American Hustle, when Hollywood sees one thing, they put out two things, right?
Yeah.
Of the same idea. The Prestige, that magician movie, and The Illusionist from Edward Norton. Hercules, they had 2 Hercules movies come out the same year. They're just like, dude, the Alexander movie with
Colin Firth.
No, Colin Farrell. DiCaprio was going to play Alexander the Great.
That's right.
Dude, like, I'm not a history buff. Alexander the Great earned his last name. That dude was amazing. And for them to turn it to a, like, he's actually gay, which is the most interesting thing about him. Like, dude, he almost conquered the planet with a fucking spear. Like, maybe talk about that. They're like, but also, he likes men. You're like, oh, dude, get out. Which spear are you talking about?
Well, he turned down that role.
He turned it down.
There's the other movie with Colin Firth in it. And
Farrell.
Well, maybe
Kingsman.
Maybe because I still have that church singing Kingsman in my mind all the time.
That's amazing. That's a great action scene.
Second one's not too bad, but it's not as good.
Mm-hmm.
He turned down that role because people did not like... It was not a well-received movie.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So when movies come out, too, like, it's a story of most things. Like, which one's best? And you're like, oh, well, this one came first. Close enough. And they just go with that one. And then it also kind of, like, sours your taste buds for it. If you have a bad movie come out about a character, and another one comes out, you're going to lose a lot of audience. Like, we already saw one.
They had Paul Blart Mall Cop come out. The same time Seth Rogen's Mall Cop movie came out. I don't remember what that one's called.
That's unbelievable. Why
Paul
would
Blart
studios
won.
do that? Why would they just, like, are we hoping to confuse old people that can't tell the difference between movies?
I'm a Seth Rogen guy. That movie was not good.
Yeah, but Paul Blart went on to make
a sequel.
It killed it. It killed the box office.
Good. It's what you expect from Kevin James.
I like Kevin James. Like, physical comedy, I think it's not bad, but that movie made way more money than it should have. Way more money.
Just like Titanic.
Well, Titanic did too. I don't... But that's funny, like Wolf of Wall Street. I love Wolf of Wall Street. And you know what? I think... Because it got washed over for American Hustle with Christian Bale and Bradley Cooper.
I didn't like that one either that much.
When he had his co-worker. So I kind of put them on the same. I liked him a lot. I thought it was good. And then everyone was like, dude, American Hustle's fantastic. And I was like, well, Wolf of Wall Street, have you seen it? Like,
well, I think because you got, Leonardo DiCaprio in this movie, it's going to be good. Was that Martin Scorsese's doing it too? Oh,
that's true.
Jesus.
That's true.
What's that other movie? Who? Christian Bale? Batman?
No. How dare you? How dare you?
That's not going to be good. Oh, shit, that is good. Like, it just got the hype because no one was expecting that one to be good.
Is that Amy Smart that's in that as well?
Amy Adams.
Amy Adams.
I remember because my ex's sister's name was Amy Adams.
Well, thank you, because I was at Amy Smart, and she's like, well, I haven't done anything since Crank, so nice for throwing my name out there.
Yeah, she might.
Or Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds.
I like that one. That's another romantic comedy.
That's a great one. Well, yeah. Oh, Ryan Reynolds.
I was going to say Ryan Reynolds. The Proposal. My Kiss Race.
Buried.
It is romantic. He loves himself.
It's just him by himself in the grips of death. I love Wolf of Wall Street, and I think that I might have been more by myself on it, but
They got well received. People loved it.
I thought it was Percocets they were eating? Do you remember the drugs that they were having?
I don't remember.
It's so funny. Like, I love him and Jonah Hill are on it, and they become buddies. And that was like the first time people were like, "Oh, can Jonah Hill he's with DiCaprio?"
Put him in Moneyball with Brad Pitt.
That's true.
Went full on with these heavy hitter actors.
He held his own too. I think that was really funny, and that was also the birthplace of Margot Robbie,
who I actually do like in that movie. I mean, I don't know if it's because she's super hot.
Well, probably. I mean, that never hurts. You're like, I just need a minute.
Give me a minute. I'm going to step off camera for a second for no reason.
Nope, that was the birthplace of Margot Robbie,
That
and
was.
she came out and she played kind of like a New Yorker person with the like that. Oh yeah, you want to go hang? And she started talking like that with her nails, and she did not think. I saw her on an interview talking about. She's talking to her like an accent coach. She's like, I can't be a New Yorker. I don't know how to do it. And the person says, be a New Yorker. Why keep doing that? She goes,
I was going to say, is this your New York?
No.
And that's like an Italian.
Hey, I walk. Hey. She said, you can't do New York accent. She says, I just don't know how. She's Australian. She's like, I don't know how to do it. She's like, okay, we'll get your nails done. She's like, okay, just pretend. Okay, so your nails done. We'll get some coffee and we'll go down there. And she just immediately picked it up. She's like, how did you know that would work? She's like, because it just took your mind off of it.
So that's how I need to become a New Yorker, just get my nails done?
Just get your nails down and get some coffee. Hey, you forgot the cuticle.
I like it.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm not going to try to do a New York accent.
Yeah. Pizza and things.
Yes, I don't know.
You can do
Cockroaches! I assume they have no cockroaches.
from the Big Apple. New Yorkers don't say that.
The only New York stuff I watch is Impractical Jokers. And they don't
That's a
have
great one.
thick New York accents. So.
Quinn does a little bit.
A little bit. He'll say, chicken parmesan. Like
Parmesan.
He'll do like a W in his R's.
New York accents I don't know as much, but she did that for that. She did that for that to do that for Wolf on Wall Street. John Barenthal, Punisher's also on that.
Yeah, he is. I do like him. I'm a big fan of him. Walking Dead.
Yeah.
The Baby Driver.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's just kind of like getting better and better,
He
which is nice.
Punisher. Starts boring in my opinion, but
I love his screams. He's one of those guys. He's got like a Schwarzenegger scream. Like Schwarzenegger goes, no! And he goes, whoa!
He does. It finishes so good.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, the Punisher's here.
No?
Let's see season 2.
I like Wolf of Wall Street a lot. That's one of the ones I was going to say. That's funny that you say you don't like it. I was going to say one of the... And then it ends perfectly. Where they're like, I went to jail and I served hard time in a hard... Just kidding, I'm rich.
Yeah.
Dude, the cop rolls on the boat and he's like, yeah, we're going to be coming after you. And he leaves. And the DiCaprio's like, oh, look what I found in my pocket. A year's salary for you. And he's like throwing money at him. I was like, that's so funny and so true.
It's an okay movie to me. Okay. Not as good as everybody thought it was.
Okay.
And I didn't really care for Matthew McConaughey in the movie either.
Those are rookie numbers. You need to pump those numbers up.
I like just that, but I thought the
yeah.
He does that, I was like, I don't know, what is this about? Like, but I also think I just wasn't interested in the movie, so I was like, whatever it does, I'm gonna bash. But
well, if you're not feeling it, I understand it. Because you must be the other side. So I thought it was underrated, and a lot of people thought, like, whatever, I'm not interested.
It's just too long for me. I mean, Martin Scorsese movies are a little long, but they can usually hold my attention.
Yeah, Scorsese.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of the best, obviously. So I would say for him, I was trying to think of some other movies that I wanted to talk about for him. One, The Beach. That's the one on the island. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I have not seen that.
That's one of his earlier ones. It's kind of like, I mean, I really like it. That's one I would recommend to people. If you haven't seen any of the ones that we've mentioned, I would go see The Beach. I'm sorry, if you've seen all the ones we've mentioned, I would go see The Beach. If you haven't seen The Beach, I would see that one as well. That's one I really like. And those are ones, too, that like just shows you that DiCaprio is just building, getting better and better.
Yeah.
And do you want to talk about his big Oscar winner role? One he finally got?
If it wasn't Django, I don't talk about
The Revenant. Dude, how many was he passed over on? Aviator? I mean...
6, I think?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And to this day, dude, Blood Diamond, so many movies that he's in, you're like...
There's my underrated movie.
Blood Diamond?
Blood Diamond. I thought that was a really good movie.
Yeah?
I think outside of the two that we both really love,
yeah,
Blood Diamond's right there.
Yeah, Blood Diamond's fantastic.
And I guess it's up there with Catch Me If You Can to me.
No, I'm fair with you because Blood Diamond is one of those things that, like, it wasn't directed by Spielberg. It doesn't have a Tom Hanks. He's carrying a lot of the movie.
Yeah.
But I think that that's a great movie. His co-stars are great in that. They're really good.
I think it's an overall really good movie. Directed, written, acted. Overall, really good.
Yeah. And plus, it's a real thing. Like, when I married my wife, one thing we talked about is not getting diamonds. And that's because that movie is like,
oh man,
it bothers me.
My wife said that.
She's like, did you just want ring pops? Is that the best?
I spent 3 years' salary on my wife's ring.
That's a real problem, though. That's something that we thought about, like, not just from that movie, but from other stuff. When you see it, it's more real. Yeah. It's like if you saw the kids that are making your iPhone and, like, not getting bathroom breaks for 3 days, you might not want an iPhone as much.
I don't know. I have an iPhone there.
Dude, Leo, get on it. Like, help other people.
He probably will. I know he's a big activist against this. He tries to, promote green.
Yeah. Huge.
So, he seems like a really good guy.
To this day, his website is 80% about saving the planet.
That's right.
And 20% about him.
Yeah, it's crazy. It used to be, less Wolf on Wall Street and more Django, but yeah.
Amazing. I was trying to think. I don't think we have. Do you have any other ones that we haven't talked about that you wanted to hit up? I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch we're missing.
I have not. I'm not gonna lie. I have not seen The Revenant.
Oh, you haven't seen The Revenant?
I have not seen The Revenant.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Really?
Really. I meant to watch it before we did it.
All right. Well, let's talk about it. I'll handle this.
I do know that Tom Hardy was also nominated for that movie.
Tom Hardy did a great job
for Best Actor. He did not think he was going to get nominated.
No, yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio said, "Dude, you're great. I know. I'm Leo.
That's right. I'm L."
He's like, "Well, I'm not close enough with him. I can't call him L.
That's right.
I don't walk my cat with him.
No,
I walked up there with a lizard once and he kicked me out.
That's right."
He told me that, you know what, you're gonna get a nomination for this. Tom Hardy said, "No, I'm not." So they made a bet. If he gets nominated, the loser has to get a tattoo.
Oh, really?
So Tom Hardy was nominated, and he got a tattoo saying "Leo knows best." He lost. He paid up. He got the tattoo.
Well, to be fair, I think we should all get that tattoo.
I feel like it's right. I wear my Leo knows best bracelet all the time.
We should get it.
WWLD.
Yeah.
What would Leo do?
That's really funny. I know about Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
You should see that movie. I almost was talking about Revenant being overrated. I think that, and you don't know because you haven't seen it, but the movie is good. It's got Leo in it. It's got Tom Hardy playing. It's based on a true story of these guys that go out in the woods, and this guy gets really hurt, and they're like, "Hey, take care of this guy."
I assume they're Russian.
No, it's America.
Just kidding.
They're in the woods.
There's no bears in that movie?
There's a bear.
I assume this is the Jungle Book almost.
No, it's not the Jungle Book. No.
Where's Ka?
Well, if it's Jungle Book, Baloo got a little off scripts. I gotta
went
say.
for the honey.
Yeah. The bare necessities were in Leo's spine, mostly.
I assume they're Russian. He's fighting bears.
Yeah, like Vladimir. So he goes off in the woods. He gets a little hurt, and they're like, "Hey, take care of him." And he's like, "I'm not taking it. I'm leaving." So he kind of leaves this guy like in a half-done grave, and he wakes up, and he go. These are based on a true story. All the real stories are more insane than what happens, right? There's like a dude a doctor in the Arctic. He has to take out his own appendix with a mirror. You know, let's put that on a movie. Like, no one will believe it. Like, it happened. It doesn't matter. It happened. It doesn't matter. Everyone else would just roll over and die.
We don't give a shit.
I almost said Revenant is my overrated movie, and I didn't want to do that because he really did go for it. Like, that movie's...
Oh, yeah, he's tired of losing.
Well, he's tired of losing, and then also, he's a vegetarian in real life, and he eats a bison's liver in it.
Well, he cuts his hand at one point and rubs it all over a woman's face. I think he can eat a bison.
He's not that woman. That woman should win an acting award for not...
She should have.
The hell off
for not crying and punching him in the dick.
Yeah, just like, you slept with 15 supermodels this week. I don't want your blood on me.
I mean, he dated Tom Brady's wife.
Giselle Bundchen.
Yeah, he dated Tom Brady. He had to go win 5 Super Bowls just to compete with Tom.
I would still say it's maybe a tie.
I don't even know. I still give it to Leo.
That's pretty close.
He's won an award now.
Yeah, he had to try pretty hard.
He did. He's like, Giselle, look at it. Best actor.
I was just saying that movie when he eats that liver. They had like a Native American guy on side, like a guide or like somebody that consults with stuff. And he's like, "What part of this I can eat that I won't immediately get sick?" And the guy's like, "Nothing."
Nothing.
And he's like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You have to cook something." He's like, "There's nothing I can like take a bite of." He's like, "Well, you can do the liver. The liver's same thing if you're out, for all the people out at sea listening to this, if you're on a raft and you kill a shark, you can eat a liver."
Yeah, if you're for some reason on a raft,
that's the majority of our market.
Listen to a podcast.
If you're floating on a door listening to our DiCaprio podcast,
don't drown. Kick the bitch off.
Also, let him up. Let the other person up for a while. Just take turns.
Know your place in a relationship. You gotta know your worth.
Yeah.
God.
You've had 9 hours.
My wife holds the door open for me. I'm just kidding. That's a lie. I hold it open for her.
I love you. So sorry. But he said the liver, and he took a bite out of it. Vegetarian, took a bite out of a bison liver, and then tucked it away, and immediately I think threw up or got close to it. And I was like, "Get that man a goddamn Oscar already." As soon as I read that, I was like, "Come on, man!"
He's trying way too hard for his Oscar now.
And they're like, "You know what? We'll give it to Leo." And I don't think that this was his movie they should have given it to.
I don't either.
I think they should have picked some of the movies they passed him over for. Obviously.
I know they passed one for Gangs of New York.
Gangs of New York.
Probably Django.
I don't know if they would have given it.
Dude,
Dude, there's a bunch. There's a bunch that he carried that they should have gave it to him, and they didn't. And then they're like, "Well, we should give it to him for this." And I was like, "You know what? I bet he'll take it however he can get it."
Yeah, he will. They will.
Do you have a movie? We like Leo so much. Do you have a movie that you think that Leo has a role that he should have played, or that he should play in the future?
Oh man.
Because he's kind of got a niche that he kind of kills it in.
Do you ever think he'll be in a superhero movie?
I don't think so. He's turned down a couple. He's been offered a couple.
I know
roles.
he was offered Spider-Man,
mm-hmm.
or at least in the running.
With him and Tobey Maguire, and Tobey Maguire got it.
Tobey
And they're buddies in real life.
Yeah, they're lifelong.
They were
friends.
part of a group called the Pussy Posse,
That's right.
or Pussy Party. I don't know what it was, but
Doesn't matter.
yeah, they were part of that group, and they'd go around and get girls or whatever. Back when people didn't have Twitter and they couldn't complain as much.
If you have Leonardo DiCaprio in your group, I assume that's what it's about.
Is that what every group is with him?
If he's out, I just assume they're giant pussies.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about the same thing for a role with him.
I mean, it's tough.
They would offer him like shitty roles, like, "Do you want to be Robin?" And he's like, "No." He just want to do superhero roles.
That's not surprising. A lot of really successful, serious actors don't.
Yeah.
You don't see Tom Hanks in any superhero roles.
Not yet.
Not yet. I mean, you see him in Cloud Atlas, which was garbage, but
I was like, give him time. He was in the Circle.
The
Which I
Circle was
wasn't a
garbage as
fan
well.
of.
Did you see that movie?
No, I didn't.
Don't.
No, I should probably watch every movie now that we should have something to talk about. But
I was gonna say, I went and saw Assassination Nation.
okay,
My wife's like, "What's Assassination?" I have no idea. We watched the trailer. I was like, "We'll go see it." Sure. I have a podcast about movies. I can talk about it. If I hate it,
absolutely.
I will bash it like I do Slender Man, which I honestly don't. I'll hate a movie.
We might name our podcast "Anti-Slender Man" or something. You keep coming back to this. The writer's hearing this, like, "I tried my best."
The problem is, he's like, "That's fair." Assassination Nation is a good movie, and I saw it just on a whim. Like, I wanted to go see a movie. It's a pretty good movie. I like seeing these movies that you don't know a lot about. You haven't seen a trailer for, really. I mean, the trailer doesn't give away anything at all.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I was very confused.
Yeah. It's about, I mean, if you've seen The Crazies, this is like a tech version of The Crazies.
Okay.
And I thought The Crazies wasn't that good, to
Okay.
be honest. I thought the trailer made it look like it was going to be amazing.
Well, are you recommending Assassination?
I will recommend it if you're into a weirder genre of movies.
And if you're not, Brandon hates you. Thinks you're wrong and stupid. You probably have smelly farts.
You probably do. And to be fair, I might agree with all those statements, but we won't talk about that. But, yeah. So, I like seeing those movies that you don't hear a lot about.
Well, that's good, because I'm going to get better at it. But do you have a role for Leo? Were you thinking he'd be a good...
He does roles that are just for him, really. He doesn't do sequels. He doesn't do...
I love that he doesn't do sequels.
Me too. It ruined some movies. It ruined The Hangovers.
Oh, it did ruin The Hangovers. That would have been a comedy classic if they would have made a second.
Hangover was one of my favorite movies, and the second one was like,
yeah.
For some reason the first one's not good anymore. Then they did the third one. I was like,
yeah.
It's better than the second one, at least.
Well, yeah, but what does that say?
Exactly. Like, the first one was a classic in the making, and then, well, we want more money, which I get.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a podcast, because I love movies. I get it. But, Jesus. They didn't make a second Bridesmaids. Because they know.
Well, why would you? I mean, I don't know. Some movies, when you try to, like, duplicate success, like Ace Ventura and all this different stuff. Ace Ventura actually had Jim Carrey, so that was actually good. You get, like, The Mask, and then you get who?
Instead of the son of The Mask?
Yeah, with Jamie Kennedy.
I'm like a son of a bitch.
Yeah. I mean, some of those movies, Like, you're smarter if you just let them go. You're smarter if you just don't mess with them at all.
Yeah.
They're clearly really good.
Yeah.
I was going to say this for my DiCaprio movie, a role that I think he'd play. Not to say that the first guy did not play it well, but I would have liked to see DiCaprio's take on it. It's John Wick.
I don't know if I can buy him as a huge action guy. Like, Keanu Reeves I'd buy easily.
Yeah.
I've seen the videos of him shooting those guns in training.
Whew. And there's nothing against John Wick. I like Keanu Reeves as John Wick. I think DiCaprio would fucking kill it as John Wick. I think that he would bring something to it that he didn't have. You're like, the action scenes are good. I was like, imagine those action scenes with DiCaprio acting when they...
That's just it. It's not a movie about acting.
It's a movie about
kicking ass in a nice car and a dead dog.
I'm telling you, DiCaprio in that, he slaughters Baba Yaga, starring L, my man, walking around with Mustafa. Instead of a dog, it's a cat, Mustafa. It'd be great.
Stupid.
It's really good.
I thought about, I think maybe he could do like a good Captain America. That's why I brought superhero movies.
Captain America, he needs more of a flaw. I was thinking Iron Man. If you went Avengers, you might want to go Iron Man just so he has more flaws and he can kind of roll back into something else.
Yeah. Scarface?
Dude, yeah.
I mean, do a good Scarface, I think. I don't know, Tommy something or whatever is.
Who?
The guy in Scarface.
Al Pacino.
I know Al Pacino, the character's name.
Oh, Tony Montana.
Tony
Montana.
Yeah, I think he could do a good Tony Montana. Maybe.
No, very good. Yeah,
that'd be good. I don't know, because he just does roles that are, he just like tailor-made roles.
Yeah.
Just,
people literally design scripts around him, which is such an interesting idea. Oh, and also, I'll just say maybe we'll end on this unless you have another movie you wanted to talk about that you're feeling. Do you have one that we forgot?
We didn't talk about Man in the Iron Mask.
Okay, Man in the Iron Mask.
It's overrated.
Yeah?
It was my second pick for overrated movie.
Okay, I liked Man in the Iron Mask, where he plays, for him, or do you just mean the movie?
Movie itself.
Where he plays the evil King Louis, and he also plays the good brother, and they switch places, and he puts the mask on him, and he leaves him.
We touched on it a little bit, but I wanted to say that movie was not that good. It made me dislike Jeremy Irons.
With Kiefer Sutherland? Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer overrated.
Is that him? Is that his name? I don't know. I like that movie, but
it's not a love movie. Like, when people talk Leonardo, they don't talk. Or Leo, they don't talk. Man in the Iron Mask, they talk. Inception.
We didn't talk about Inception as much, but yeah, Man in the Iron Mask is your second most underrated. Or overrated?
Overrated.
Overrated.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's funny. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are feeling differently. Like, that movie was good, but you might be right. Because it was like a breakthrough thing, so like if you see it now, people are talking about how great it is, it might have been lost in the time.
I saw it then and I didn't like it.
Really?
I mean, maybe that's because I was a kid then, but I was like, I was in class, I was like, can we just get to homework?
Can I just be suspended so I have to deal with this horse shit?
Like, I saw this guy, was that Romeo and Juliet, and I didn't like that movie either.
Yeah, well.
He's not doing it. His career is going in the garbage.
I bet this guy doesn't go anywhere.
This is probably his last movie ever. He's going straight to VHS movies. I don't know if they made, but I thought for sure he was going to do that.
That's so funny.
He was wrong.
Man in the Iron Mask. I forgot about that one. That's a good one. And Inception we didn't talk about too much.
Which is a really good movie. I really enjoy that movie.
Me too. And then there's people that go like, it didn't make any sense. And I'm like, I thought it made sense to me. And they're like, yeah, well, explain it. And you're like, well, I don't know. I guess if you had to explain it to you,
it's hard to explain.
Well, then it. And also, maybe I'm wrong. I know people complain about something like it doesn't make sense. I'm like, well, maybe you're smarter than me, and you couldn't enjoy it. Like, you find enough plot holes and like a world in a world in a world in a world. This guy's 70 and he comes out and he's only 40. But he's actually I'm like, I understand where the layers confuse you, but just fucking enjoy the fun movie with Tom Hardy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. A neat idea. Yeah. She makes the mazes, she folds it on each other.
Juno, she did really good.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you can't enjoy Inception because the ending bothered you, I understand, but also...
I loved it. I think I was
loosen up a little bit.
Perfect ending for that movie.
Yeah, I felt the same way, but you know what? Some people need everything explained to them, and if they don't get it,
true.
It drives them crazy. Dude, leave it up to imagination a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't be a toddler.
Don't be a toddler. Yeah, I really like that movie. I mean, I wouldn't say it's underrated, but it's out there. Like,
I like when he's sitting there and he's like, "Any bigger guns?" He just imagines a grenade launcher and he just shoots a grenade launcher. I was like, "Yeah, dude, you are in the Matrix. Bend the spoon, bro."
I mean, it's almost a little bit of a version of the Matrix.
Right. Well, that's why.
Except you're not plugged into technology. You're in your own goddamn head.
Right.
Whatever it is.
I was like, I don't know. You drop into your own brain, and then you're like, "Oh, I had something in a safe. Your safe's your brain. Okay, I'll go in there and I'll open it and look at it." And she's like, "I know I'm in a different world. I'll jump off a bridge and kill myself and wake up, and you'll follow me one day." So even if she's wrong and she dies, okay, I'm so sorry she died. If he's wrong, even when he turns to be 115 and imagines he had a heart attack, he'll wake up with her. I don't like that. I don't like the thing still spinning. Is it spinning or does it fall? Did he make it or not?
I know.
Jesus. Whatever you want, dude. You ever seen most movies?
It's a Christopher Nolan classic.
Castaway. Does he go help her or not? It's up to you, dude. It's a write your own adventure.
That's right. Yeah. I thought that was a really good movie. I mean, there's just not much we can say about it.
Inception.
Yeah, I mean,
most
people have seen it.
Christopher Nolan killed it, and then he went to Dunkirk, which was just a slower, for me, not my favorite.
I had no interest in seeing that movie. War movies are not exactly my thing.
Well, I was going to say, it's hard, too, because you want to honor the people that are in it, but it doesn't mean that it's...
Yeah, I mean, Christopher Nolan doing a war movie should entice me more, but I was like, what, Tom Hardy's in it?
I'm in a plane, and I'm driving fast.
How to cover his face again in that movie?
Yeah, every movie covers his face.
But, yeah, Inception's really good. He does a lot of really good movies.
Yeah.
It's not surprising. He's a good actor.
DiCaprio?
Oh, yeah. Tom Hardy, too, but...
He might be one of my favorites.
He's probably one of mine, too.
He's one of those guys, I think he has a movie coming out called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Tarantino. And we kind of want to pick these guys according to a movie they have coming out soon, so that kind of like hypes those guys, or a guy that they have a movie out, essentially, unless it's something like Robin Williams where you can't do that kind of thing. Yeah. But I think that that's one of those movies where he's teaming with Tarantino and it's really gonna, hopefully be great. I've heard nothing but great things about the script and everything else he's doing.
It's a Tarantino movie. I mean, I'm sure there's an episode we can dedicate to Tarantino because he does so many good movies.
Probably one of our top-rated episodes.
But I get excited for every Tarantino movie.
Yeah, of course.
I think there's one that I haven't seen.
Which one?
I don't remember the name of it. The Hateful Eight.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I haven't seen the
Gotta see it. That's a good movie, too. It's got a lot of good actors in it. I think that's probably pretty good for us for Whiskey Cinema. Yeah. Pretty good. I wanted to say Halloween's coming up, and everyone loves Hocus Pocus. Do you know the little facts about Hocus Pocus?
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Everyone loves Hocus Pocus. There's a great drinking game to it. But also, Leonardo DiCaprio was offered the role of Thackeray Binks.
Oh, that's right.
As the peasant guy that before he gets turned into a cat. And, I mean, the guy even looks like him. He has the hair like him that he had back in the day. And he was offered the role, and he had to turn it down. And he said, I felt weird about turning it down because it was more money than I could have possibly dreamed of at the time.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I was like, dude, just, give it 10 years. You'll dream of a lot more money.
Well, he probably has that many women just today. Is how much money he would have made.
That many women in his
That
life?
many women. So if it's $10,000, he has 10,000 women on his goddamn yacht, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's
killing it.
I was gonna say he's done well for himself.
He's done alright.
When you first start out and you're like, I don't know if I should pass on this. I don't like this role, but I mean it's the most I'm gonna have to. But also, I don't think he would have passed on it if he would have known how big it blew up. People still watch Hocus Pocus 25 years later.
It's more of a cult classic to me.
Yeah,
because when I watched it as a kid, liked it.
Mm-hmm.
There was a few years there where I didn't hear anything about it, and then all of a sudden it got brought up, and now I hear everything about it every year for Halloween.
Absolutely.
Disney does Hocus Pocus themed stuff during Halloween now. I was like,
we're gonna run amok.
I do really enjoy that movie. It's a good Halloween fun.
I say every Halloween we probably watch it. It's probably on TV every Halloween.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah.
And we'll probably hit you guys up with a Halloween episode coming up soon. Next week, do we do the reveal right now?
Do the reveal. We don't tell each other about next week. We come up every other week the topic for this show.
So it was funny. He got brought up this episode.
All right.
So next week we're going to be doing about buying, Christopher Walken.
I'm going to have to watch a lot of Christopher Walken movies.
Oh, what a lucky you.
Seven Psychopaths, which...
That's a great movie. All right, guys. Next week, follow us on Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah. We're gonna make a YouTube channel here.
A YouTube
We're
too.
gonna get the Instagram, not the Twitter going.
Twitter. And follow us on Whiskey Cinema next week. Bang! You know. Boom.
Yeah, gotta get ready for that.
Christopher Walken.
Woo! Pulp Fiction, here I come.
It's a great one.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.